generate attendance sheets for each of you, the time period you have logged on and what time you log in and what time you log out. Can generate from this Teams account. So if you are going to miss the class, which means you are going to miss the attendance, and also sometimes when we are taking the lectures only, meantime we will say what kind of questions you can expect in the final exams. So that opportunity you are going to miss. And I think everybody got the information that the lecture schedules have been shuffled for today with the Arad sir. Anyway, we will start the class with the students who present here. Actually, we were discussing about this training and development from a long time, so I just want to complete it today by today itself. Within very 15-20 minutes, we will be able to finish it off. Well, we will move on to a new chapter as well. So that you all had a very good debate on this on the job training and off the job training. So you would have taken a good note on the things about and off the job training. Right. Give me a second to share the screen. Mm, right. Am I audible to you? Can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We discuss about these factors. Select which kind of training method we take. So based on this cost, based on the number of employees, based on the uh, thing what we are going to teach, we will be selecting these methods in training. So if you take this training and development, we had a cycle, right? We discussed that this is a systematic approach to training. So that we started with discussing about the training needs. If there is a need, we will make the necessary actions to plan a training program. Then after, we will design the training program by considering few factors. Yes. And we will select whether we are going to go with the on-the-job training methods or some off-the-job training methods. And then the third stage is conducting training. Right. In training, this is the stage where we are carrying out, actually implementing the training program. Right. So first we decided whether there is a problem, whether there is a requirement to do the training program, and then we design it. Then we plan which kind of training methods to be used in order to overcome or rectify that particular problem we identified. And the third stage is conducting or implementing the training. So for this, this training program should be followed up, and there should be a direct guidance or supervision to see whether these training programs are really implemented as per the budget and as per the timeline, and whether this is distracting any kind of activity. Everything should be, and then only they should implement the program with uh, with the agreed budget and with the agreed timeline for the selected with the sound supervision. They have to conduct the training. And the final and most important stage of is to see whether this program is actually a success or a failure. Now we are conducting or we are training programs to improve the employees' skills, knowledge, abilities, their behaviors. To change their behavior only, we are conducting these training programs. By investing a lot on these training sessions, we are conducting these things. But if we didn't check or if we didn't know whether this program is a real success or not, then no point of having these training programs. We should see whether this one is really a success one, whether through these training programs, whether they have changed their behavior, whether this has been a support for these people. Likewise, we have to see the effectiveness of the training program, right? So how we can see the effectiveness of these training? We have three methods, right? We are going to discuss about those three methods. Before that, yes, evaluation refers to measuring the degree of efficiency and effectiveness of the training program. Basically, that is the meaning of evaluating the effectiveness of training. And then, according to this Anderson, they have described the purpose of evaluating the training programs. That is to make some decisions in the program installation, whether this to be continued or whether this to be changed. We need these decisions to be taken about the program installation, and to take some decisions about the continuation expansion, and whether we should make some modifications, whether, and also we can generate some evidence regarding these things that to show in the review period, or stakeholders that as managers, as employers, we have contributed for the employee success, or we have made some investment on them. To show some evidence also, we need to do some evaluations. Then yes, these are some of the major purposes. You can just read and understand these things, very simple. Why we do evaluations regarding the training programs? Why do we want to check the success rate of the training programs? Is due to these some of the factors. These are the purpose. Okay. Then we'll see some of the approaches or styles we can use to see the impact of the training on the behavior, on the learning, on the reaction of the employees. Right. One thing is post, very easy, very simple. Once we conduct the training program, we will measure whether this training program is good, whether this one is success or not. different example. If I take a marketing officer, right? Marketing, we say marketing cell. This person, we will conduct a training developing their communication skills or developing their by selling skills, interrelations with customers, right? We have training program on that. And then after the training program, we will measure their performance. For an example, we are giving a training program. After that, we are checking whether the amount of sales that person has done during the particular month. After the training, after we giving the training program, we are measuring it. So this one is very easy to see whether the uh, after the training program, we are just seeing the performance of the employee. So it is very easy, a good approach to determine whether the training is success. But what is the lack here? Advantage, or whether this one is quite enough to measure the effectiveness of training programs. Can we say that just taking them after the training, whether this training is success or not? What do you think? Training program ஒன்று கொடுத்துட்டு அது பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸை செக் பண்றோம். ஸோ இதை வச்சு நாங்க வந்து ட்ரைனிங் சக்சஸ் இல்லையா மெஷர் பண்றது இஸ் இட் அ குட் அப்ரோச்? approach එක හරහා මේ training session එක good or bad කියලා කියන්න පුළුවන්ද? success ද failure ද කියන්න පුළුවන්ද? What do you think? Com 66?
Yes, ma'am.
Com 66?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think? Whether this anyone else? Any volunteers? Yes. So in this approach, if we want to measure the effectiveness of the training by using this approach, this is not possible to see whether there is an improvement or not. We don't know whether this performance, whether this sales amount the sales he has made, whether it's improved or whether it's decreased, we don't know. Because we don't have an idea what was his performance before the training session. So this is not possible or this is not effectively because we don't know whether this has impacted on their behavior or whether this training program have impacted on their performance or not. So this is a major weakness of this post-measure assessing system. So we can have pre-post measure assessing the training program success before and after training program. So before we carry out a training program, we can see the number of sales is doing for a month. We'll say 50, right? Then they will measure, give me a second. Right. Before the training program, we will measure what is the performance or what is the number of sales he is making for a month. After we conduct the training program for the marketing officers, we will see the performance. Now we'll say per a month if he is selling 100 units. Now we can see that there is an improvement in his sales. We say now after training program 25, then we can say that there is decrease in the performance. So here, when we go for a measure, we can see that whether there is a change happened or not. So that is the advantage here. Better than the first approach because we can know whether some changes have occurred or not due to the training program. But still, with this assessing method also, there is a problem. What is the problem here? Earlier, the problem was whether we don't know whether it has been increased or decreased. But now using pre-post measure, we can have an idea whether it's improved the performance or whether it has been decreased the performance. But still, there is a disadvantage with this tech. What is that? Anyone? Yes. What is the disadvantage here? MS 107. MS 107. What do you think? What is the problem with the pre-post measure? What is better than the first one? But here, what is the disadvantage again? None of you are involved in the class. MS 50. MS 50. MS 50. MS 50. MS 64. MS 64. Okay.
Yes,
Next
ma'am.
week. Yes. Can you tell me the disadvantage with this pre-post measure? Okay. You will have an assignment next week on the spot. You will be given a topic so that you have to do a speech on that particular topic for 3 minutes, right? You will have to take 10 marks out of your assignment, right? Don't miss the chance. Next week, on the spot, I will randomly call from the attendance sheet what I am having, not from the present list. So you have to make a speech for 3 minutes from the topics what we have covered so far. I can give any kind of topic to you. so that you have to do a speech for 3 minutes. This particular task from next week. Okay. And presentation dates and all, I will on the spot only, that also I will say, because your presence is so like maybe for only for my subject, the other subjects maybe you are good active presence. I expected that this batch would getting and be involved in the classes, because last year your senior batch, everyone almost 98% got pass out, like they don't have repeat in HRA. So that's because they were involved, they were in the class. However, by struggling or not, they were actively participating in the. So, but now I see none of you are able to answer, which means you are not in the class, you are out of, you are not, your concentration is out of the class. So, what I would recommend is to be active and to be involved in the class. I don't have any problem. Taking lectures is the only responsibility of my side. Making you all repeat is that is up to you, right? Okay, here again the disadvantage is we don't know that this change has been occurred because of the training or not. Now, this particular change, it may be because of any other motivation given by the spouses, motivation given by the wife or husband. Maybe because of that, this number of sales has been increased. Always the wife may be irritating the husband. Go and do well, do best in your job. If not, you will not get promotion. That and all these things. So then their performance is increased. We can say is whether there is a change happened or not before training. But we can't say whether this change has been occurred due to training, because we don't have evidence for that. Maybe this change has happened because of the crisis situation or because of the wife or family motivation, maybe because of the uh, self commitments. This change may have happened. So here also we can't say whether this training program is a success or not. So that we can have a pre-post measure with a control group design. Here, this one is the best method to see the effectiveness of the training sessions. Here, what happens is they will divide the group, we'll say in the company, they are having 100 employees, then they will divide them into 50-50. Okay. Or else sometimes they will have for the experiment 10 people, and for the other group, they will have another 10. Right? So we will name them experiment group and control group. So the control group, right? For the control group, no any kind of training is provided. For the experiment group, the training is given, right? So what we can see is now we can see both these groups performance before the training. They'll say 50, they'll say 50, right? And after the training program, for the experiment group, we are giving a training program. After the training program, we will see what is the change that has been occurred. And for the control group, they don't have any kind of training program. After the training, here we don't give training. After the training period, we will see if they will have 75. So we can here compare the both groups and we can see whether this training is success or not. Actually, here the training is a success because for the control group, the change is only 65. But for the group which are getting a training program, they have 200, which means this training program is effective. So we have evidence. That is how this pre-post measure control using experiment groups and control groups. Right? So these are three ways to measure the success or measure the effectiveness of the training program. One is post measure, very easy. After the training program, we will see the performance of the employees. But here we don't know whether they have improved or whether they have decreased in their performance. So this pre-post measure technique is better than the first approach because we can see whether there is a change happened or not. But the disadvantage here is we don't know whether the change happened because of the training or not. So that we can have this pre-post measure with a control group and experimental group. What is for a particular group of employees, we are giving a training program and then we are measuring their performance before and after. For a control group, that is a set of people, they will not get the training program. For them, we are going to see the performance before and after. So that when comparing these two groups' performance, we can easily see whether there is a significant difference or whether there is any kind of impact that has been occurred because of the training. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So yes, that's all for this particular chapter. Right. In discussing the on-the-job training, off-the-job training, did your colleagues or did your peers discuss about these training methods as well? Or do you want me to make a small note of this training methods? Or did you get an idea yesterday? Okay, I think then you have idea on this. Great. So that's all for this particular chapter. So I think now you know the difference between training and development, the meaning of these things, and then about the benefits, and then about the stages of training cycle, right? How it is calculated, whether there is a need or not, whether there is a requirement or not to take over a training program. And then when designing what kind of factors to be considered and what methods we can use in training and development in on the job training and off the job training programs we can separately consider, and then actually implementing it and then evaluating the success of the training program. There we are again highlighted three approaches in evaluating the success of the training program. And yes, that's all for today. I mean, for this particular chapter, not for the today. Anything, any clarifications you have on this chapter number 8? You are very concerned about your assignments, very concerned about the dates of the assignments. That's all, no? Nothing else. Right. That is also good. More than me, you all are very concerned. Yes. Any doubts to be cleared? Okay. Miss 96.
Yes, ma'am.
Are the contents clear for you?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the chapter we discussed? You remember the chapter number?
Chapter 8, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Even one or two is present in the class. Right. So we are going to move into another chapter. I think better if we take at least a 2 minutes break rather than going so fast. So we'll take a small 2 minutes break, right? 2 minutes. Okay, I think y'all are fresh a bit. We'll talk about this very interesting chapter I always like to discuss. That is about the occupational health. And this is a very common, very, how to say, even in your day-to-day lives, no? You may face some accidents, you may face some health issues, right? Especially in the organizational aspects, in the factories, in the offices, there are some diseases, there are some special health problems, some safety problems in relation to the occupation because because of the job they are doing, because of the environment they are in the organizations, they may face some difficulties with this health and safety. So we are going to consider about some uh, causes which leads to the health and safety issues in the organizations, and if they are not safe enough and if they are not healthy within the organizations, what kind of we as organizations we are going to face, and also what kind of remedies, what kind of tips we can give for the employees to be safe and to be healthy enough in the organizations. So before we move on to the slides, if I take this, I always take this Brandix as examples because I have some practical experiences with them. So in Brandix also these problems occur where now very minute things, right? Very, very minute things. If they are staying and if they are working for a longer period in the same job, then of course they will get at like they will be getting affected by these causes. So especially they are always requesting the employees to use mask when they stitch or when they cut years in the factories. But these people, they never consider about these things. But after 3 or 4 years, what happens is a kind of diseases like asthma, breathing problems, some kind of heart issues will be there. But on the day or day after, these things will not be happen. After a very prolonged period on the same job working, then they will be getting affected by these health and safety issues. So we are going to discuss about some tools they have to use when they are actually working in the working environments. So we'll see. We'll discuss about these things. These are the learning outcomes out of this particular chapter. We are going to discuss what is health and what is safety separately. And then the importance of considering these health and safety issues in the organization and what kind of causes, or we say hazards, affecting the health and safety of the employees. And we are going to look into some of the strategies to avoid these hazards. First, we'll see what is health. Now, health is totally different from the concept safety. Health means being well-being, like state of mental, physical, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of diseases and infirmity. Now, I'm having a cold. I am having cold and cough, plus some symptoms of fever. So that is regarding my health, especially the physical health. If I am having some kind of depression, stress, loneliness, that is the state I am not in a good state of my mental health. Social well-being, that I feel that I am not accepted in the society, I am being cornered in the society, those kind of things. That is so I'm not socially well-being. So in the organizations also, most of the employees they take leave due to the medical situations, due to the health issues. So here, maybe because of the organization setup. If we take kind of occupation related health matters, so some because of the job, because of the work, what kind of health issues. Now, what do you think as lecturers, as office staff, we are always in front of this laptop, talking to the laptop. We are always working with the laptop for our research purpose, for our other kind of purposes to enter your marks, everything. We are in front of these CPUs, I mean, in front of these laptops or the machines. So, how this affected for my health, my mental, physical health, how this will be affecting? If I don't have a good chair to sit, if the chair is not really matching with the height of the table, what kind of health issues may I receive? What do you think about my eyes? If I am not at least minimum 3 feet away from this laptop, what will happen to my eyes? I will be blind, no? Is that the thing? I may have some issues with the health, like the issues with the eyes. Always we are, if we are sitting in a wrong position, then we will have some pains in the backbone, in the what is this neck. And then when we are with the way we are using the mouses, sometimes we have pains in the wrists, right? Repetitively we are using the mouses, no, so we will be affected by the repetitive injuries, in the sense some health issues in the wrists. Anything you want to say?
Yes.
I know you all are suffering from the home atmosphere also, right? Okay. Those are some health issues. So if employee is well settled in mental, social well-being, and with the absence of diseases and infirmity, then we consider that person is totally healthy, right? It may be occupational health can be divided into two categories. One thing is physical health, the state of being physically fit enough to carry out the jobs effectively and efficiently. Mental health means a good mental healthy person without depression, without stress, with uh, sometimes mentally people are going mad, mentally people are expecting a lot, and then the reality is totally different from those, right? That is so. Occupational health will be categorized into two: physical health and mental health. Then safety. Safety means the protection of employees from injuries or accidents caused by the work related accidents. Is free from the danger of risk or being free from the injuries due to the accidents. That is safety. Now we'll say, for an example, if a person who is working in upstairs, like mason, mason, the people who are working on roofs, so they have these safety issues. If they don't wear the safety measures, if they don't take the properties tools properly to the rooftops, but if they If they fell down, everything, finish. They will be causing this, not only the injuries, not only the permanent injuries, sometimes death. So this concept includes regarding the injuries, accidents, disasters that may cause personal injury or health to the employees. Yes, because of some unsafety measures also, we will be unhealthy due to accidents. Sometimes we will face some health issues. Is it noisy for you to concentrate on the class? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Come on. Hmm. Okay. I'm sorry for that disturbance, right? Okay. So, right, healthy and safe. So, what is this health and safety management? Now, we know that there is a high possibility of health and organizations due to the occupation, due to the environment of the organizations. So here, health and safety management means that is activities, some approaches involved in protecting and promoting physical and mental health of the employees so that they can perform jobs efficiently and effectively. Right? So this is the part of the HR to arrange all these health and safety issues of the employees. There is actually a link between these health and safety. Can anyone think of it? Yes, there is a link between health and safety. When I discuss also, sometimes I used to discuss about this link. What do you think? We know that health means being physically, mentally, or socially stable. Safety means that is free from accidents, disasters. So, can we build a link between these health and safety? Any ideas from yours? Are you all there in the class? From 51? Yes. Yeah. I always hear that you all are giving answers, you all are very active in the class subjects, but not for this subject, right? Is that the problem of my side or is that the problem of the subject? Is that because of this is too easy or is that because you are not really giving importance to this? That may be the reason. You have to find me the link between this health and safety when you are coming on Monday. I will ask randomly from one regarding the link. So, is it really necessary to manage the health and safety issues of the organization? Is there is an importance of doing this? Can you tell me what kind of importance are there when we make sure the employees' health and safety? Yes. What kind of benefits are there?
To get effective participations of employee.
Effective participation, yes. If they are injured, if they are not healthy, they will be not effectively participating. Yes. What else? You don't have to keep in mind. That is why I am asking. Improve employee.
Performance, ma'am.
Okay, yes. To improve the employee performance, to actively participate. What else?
Prevent workplace injuries and accident, ma'am.
Through that is our safety management, no? Preventing them from injuries and health issues. If we do that, what kind of importance we can gain in organization and as employees?
Improve productivity.
Yes, we can improve the productivity, we can improve their performance, involvement. Now, what happens if a person got injured because of the occupation? But as HR people or as organizations, what we have to do for them? We have to take them to the hospital. We have to take medical charges. We have to pay them compensation, no? Because that particular injury or accident happened within the organization. So we have to take the responsibility. I remember during a Hartal day, the one of the factory was open and they gave transportation for the employees. What happened was when the employees traveling in on the bus, then some of the people who were on the road, they were throwing stones on this bus because on a Hartal day going to work is not safety enough. Anyhow, this particular group throw stones that they didn't think of the Hartal and going to work in that perception. They throw stones. What happened was one of the employee who was inside the bus got affected, and still now she is under the hospital. Yeah. So till now, the company is taking the expenses of that particular person. Still, they are paying compensation for the employees. So it's what happens to the so the company is having a very big cost. So if we are managing the health and safety of the employees, so then we can reduce the cost of medical expenses. We can reduce the cost of damages to the company. We can think about the reputation. If so much of accidents are happening, then the reputation of the company, no one is going to apply for the organization. No? Anything else? So think out of the box and give me some answers, give me some importance. One thing is totally the cost can be managed. What else? If you think about the legal side, what kind of legal problem due to health and safety issues? Yes, sometimes they may have to face, no? Sometimes the organizations will get some legal actions from the government, from the employees' families who got affected. So at that situation, that is also a problematic situation for the company. So if they maintain, then no problem. Whether we have missed any points to discuss? This will assist to develop effective and efficient workforce. As one of you told, the participation of the employees actively involved, then employee performance, then minimizes riskiness of the health environment, then legal responsibility of the employer will be under control, then cost will be minimized. That is obviously yes. See, have a look. If the employee is not if the particular employee in the organization, if he or she is good, he is having a good physical, and if he is having a good mental well, then whenever they are having a sound, good mental well-being, good mental situation, if they are stable, they will be able to make correct decisions and they will act in a correct way. Now, whenever you are in a stress or depression, or whenever you are in an angry mood, what happens? You are not going to make correct decisions. You are going to act very arrogantly. So if they are in a good mental well-being, then these advantages will be there for employers and for the employees. Then if they are physically well, what will happen? They will be very speed, they will be very polished, flexible, they will do their jobs very neat, without any wastages. So these are also some of the advantages, importance, and ultimately the job performance of the employees will be high. This is also some of the importance of having health and safety things. Okay. Now we are going to move into to discuss some of the hazards. Hazards in the sense some dangerous causes, means which affect the employees' health and safety, both, right? Health and safety. One, accidents, occupational diseases, then because of the quality of work life and because of the organizational stress, people get affected by health and safety. Okay, so these are some of the causes, some of the hazardous situations which affect on employee health and safety. If we take industrial accidents in the workplaces, there are some accidents occur. Can anyone give me some examples of accidents which can occur within the organization or because of the setup of the organizations? What are some situations? Yes, some of the accident situations in the organizations. No accidents in organizations. Don't just think about the factories, think about the laboratories, think about the construction places, think about the manufacturing places. Yes, accidents. Even in the offices.
Fall down from the places.
Yes, if they are working in the stores, sometimes some objects may fall down. Yes. What else? Yes. Have a look. The first one, explosion. If they are working in the laboratory, sometimes if they mix the wrong chemicals, blast, explosion. That is a kind of accident. Falling from the height, from the ladders. Then animal attack, is that possible? If they are working in zoo, so sometimes they will get some attacks by the animals. Then because of the human also sometimes කීලා පොට පෙරටි එ르த்து බිම් පෙරලගෙන ගහ ගන්නවා. So attack, falling objects. Then poisoning. These are some of the accidents that are work related. And yes, this is also some examples. But is the second one is because of the objects here and there, if they are not organized organization, then again the false. Because of the liquids, if the flow is kind of wet, slippery, then they will be getting affected. And in the chairs, if they don't sit properly, then again accidents. So due to what? So accidents are mainly due to the sometimes mostly due to the human failure, where this because of the carelessness of the employees or because of the failures of the human only, these accidents mainly majorly occur. So this will cause in some unexpected circumstances like injuries, maybe minor injuries, sometimes maybe major injuries. What are these? Some accidents may be minor and some accidents may be major accidents. But is how we can accident is minor or major or small or big accidents. How we can differentiate major accidents, minor accidents? It may be depending on the severity of the injury. No, sometimes some accidents will end up with deaths. Sometimes will ended up with prolonged disabilities. So those can be considered as major accidents. In minor accidents, the severity will be sometimes a small cut, sometimes some minor accidents, some scratches, right? So those kind of small scratches or cuts can be occurred. That is because of the minor accidents, right? Some accidents we can actually classify as how internal or external. Some employees, they will falls down in the organization. Sometimes objects may fall on the employees. Sometimes they may show some of the bones may be damaged, some of the nerves may be damaged. Right? Those things we can consider as internal. Then external accidents, right? So this will actually go into productions, and also this is going to injure the employees. So the cost of accidents is very high. We have to pay them insurance. Sorry, we have to pay them salaries for the employees who are not coming to work because of the disabilityness. They will be unable to report to work, but still we have to pay them. Then the cost of wages paid for the lost workers, for their family, we have to make the payments. And for the cost of replacing the insured employees. Now, whenever we say because of an accident, if a person ends up with death, we'll say for an example, then another one, then we have to make job applications again. We have to train them. We have to recruit them. Then the cost of replacing that particular employee, then again a cost. Then cost of damages to the plants, materials. Whenever there's accident, sometimes the machine, it gets repairs. Then the cost of legal expenses, that is very high. They have to go, the organization has to pay for the advocates, pay for the lawyers, everyone. So then again, the cost is high. So these are some of the costs which can occur due to the industrial accidents. So the best option for the organizations is to make it a safety working environment. So they have to use some mechanisms to reduce these number of accidents in the organizations. Even if a person who is working in Bandix, when they are working with the cutting machines, then they have some accidents. Sometimes when they are stitching, some of their knee affected because of the needles. So that is again an accident. It may be minor, but still they have to take them to the hospital. They have to make them to the homes again. They have to treat them. They have to buy them everything. They have to console their family members. Right? There are so many struggles because of the industrial accidents. These are some of the causes that can be happen. Because of these causes only, accidents occur. One thing is relating to the machine. If the machine is not really covered, there are some parts in the machinery, they are moving. So those moving parts of the machines are not really covered properly. Then if their hands or anything stuck in, so they will be getting some accidents, some injuries. Then because of the repairs in the machines, because of the way the machines are operated, because relating to the machine status, it causes accidents. Another one is human causes. This is because of the problem with the human. If they are in a poor health. Now here again, we are going to discuss the link between health and safety, I told you. If they are not well, we'll say for an example, if they are having fever, if they are having headaches, if they are having some problematic situations from home, then they are not mentally and physically fit enough. At that situation, what will happen? They will be working very carelessly in the floors. They will be walking very carelessly. They will be working with the machines very careless way. So at that situation, what happens is the number of accidents occur increases. Because of the, if they are not healthy enough, number of accidents that will happen will be increased. So actually that is the link between health and safety. Right? And vice versa also we can say, if the number of accidents, if they get a kind of accident, if they are injured, then it will lead to some prolonged unhealthy situation. So I gave the answer now itself, but on Monday randomly I will ask again, right? Then because of the lack of training, because of the monotony, because of the lack of self-confidence, frustration, if the employees are stressed, if the employees are feeling so tired, so boring, what happens? They will be not really concentrating. Then again, number of accidents will be high because of the environment. Then if the location is not properly organized, if they don't have enough ventilation, like breathing problems they may have, then if the temperature is too high, they are also very problem. If the temperature is too low, also very problematic. If that is a very cool environment, then you will be not supposed to work properly. You will be getting some accidents. Then because of the lighting systems, if the lights are not enough, brightness is not enough, if it is a slippery environment, if it is the electrical cables and all are not really good enough. So because of that reasons also, people get accidents. Again, about other factors, some other miscellaneous facts, like if it is a very noisy environment, if it is the electrical wires are not really fixed enough, if it is leaking, poor supervision, then if they have to work for a very long time, if the working hours are too long, if they have to attend on weekends also, then they will be very tired. They will be very stressed. So then again, the accidents will be occur. So these are the causes of accidents. We discussed that some of the environmental hazards affecting the employees' health and safety conditions. One most important fact is industrial accidents. So we discuss what is accidents, what are the causes, like what are the costs we have to bear because of the accidents, and then why these accidents occur. Okay, so these are the this is all we can discuss for the day today, because I think you have lectures at 10:45. We covered a very little portion of the health and safety, occupational health and safety chapter up to this. Yes, we actually discuss only about one hazard, and there are more three, and then we have to discuss about the strategies as well. So on Monday, I think we will be able to cover up that, or else if you are free after 12:30, I can be able to cover this session within 1 hour, so that health and safety can be covered. Do you have lectures at 1:30? Yes or no? Do you have lectures at 1:30?
Yes, ma'am. Management information system, I think.
Okay, very good. Right. So, is that clear for you so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See you all on Monday. Right. Thank you for your participation. The presentations, mostly the presentations will be after after no, some of your presentations are taken on 12th Friday. Okay, and meantime, sometimes you will have the on-the-spot speech exam or else the on-the-spot quizzes, right? So expect that next week and only 3 more weeks to go. So it's going to be testing your involvement and concentration on the classes. And either one of the assignment, one is to take a 3-minute speech by giving an on-the-spot topic for you, or to give a online quiz for you. Right? So next week, anytime you can expect the exams. The presentations, of course, on 12th. And then after I will inform you the dates. Okay? Is that clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Then thank you for your participation. See you all on Monday.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.